Hello and welcome back to Farmstead MTG. So this is round 2 from the Eel Castle Cup, and round 1 was terrible. I got destroyed by a Parfait deck, and this is round 2, and I just watched it and did commentating, and boy, there was so many mistakes from my side. It's kind of embarrassing, but yeah, it's good learning. Did you know that you take 1 damage if you tap a city or brass? I should know that, but yeah, let's see how many mistakes you can see. But my opponent here, his name is Brian, and he is a subscriber of this channel, and he saw me playing Tropical Twister, and he made a deck by himself, and he brought it to the table. So that's really cool to see someone watching my channel and getting inspired and making a deck. So that was really cool to see. So let's take a look at some decks. And here is my deck, Kalle Curve. I made a deck tech about it, you should check that out. But this deck has all the restricted cards. It's a mid-range deck, so it has Suchi and Sarah Angels. It has white for the best removal, Lightning Bolt, Counterspell, all the good stuff. So a lot of burn in game 1. So this deck is really aggressive game 1, and I can mix it up in game 2 or 3. So that's the deck. And here is my opponent's deck. Player name is Brian, and this is the Tropical Twister deck. So really cool to see. This is one of the decks that I really love to play. The deck is built around Drop of Honey and a Maze. You play a Maze, and it makes your opponent put out a lot of creatures. When there's some creatures in play, you can cast the Drop of Honey. If they don't want to cast creatures and just keep them in their hand, you can cast Amnesia. There is a lot of counter spells, a lot of big creatures. So you are really on defensive at the beginning, and using the Maze and the Drop of Honey and the counter spell, and after you've cleared the table, you switch around, and then you go on the offensive and just start to cast the big creatures, and yeah, just try to outgun your opponent. So a really sweet deck. So let's see how this goes. Okay, game number 1. So what have we here? I see a library of Alexandria. That's a good start. There's also a factory, a fellow stone, a sword, and a time walk. So that's an awesome opener. Let's see what my opponent have. There's a Mox Sapphire and a forest into a soaring. Okay. A good start for him as well. Now I have 7 card, and there's 8 card. Play a land, down to 7 again. So factory is 4 mana for a Gem Tome. Okay, that's good, so he can have some card advantage as well. Volcanic Isle, and tapping that library. And there's a time walk, and that is excellent when you have an active library. Normally you want to have some attacks or something and then cast a time walk, but if you have a library, that's a lot of extra cards. So tapping that library again. Tapping 2 mana for a fellow stone. Don't have any counter spells in my hand, so I don't have to hold up double blue. So I might thinking about casting a Chaos Orb here. I have 7 cards, so I can play another card. No, there isn't a Chaos Orb. There is a copy artifact. Might be thinking about that. Perhaps making a copy of the Gem Tome. And sorry about the glare there. You can't see the Gem Day Tome. There is a spot around there where there's some glare, but the glare will go away later in the tournament. It wasn't there when it started, but I guess there was some sunlight at this point. So here, another factory. I have 8 cards, down to 7. Gotta tap that first. Yep, that's good. And here is Azuchi. Tapping 4 mana. No need to tap the City of Brass. That's a crumble. But again, I have an active library, and trading 1 for 1 is fine. So there's a Chaos Orb for him. Okay, that's good. I hate to win on library. Of course, I've drawn a lot of cards already, so and that's a hit. That's good. Away with it. So now I have some options here. I can cast Serra Angel, or I can make a copy of the Gem Day Tome. You see I have 6 mana, so I can't cast a copy artifact and then activate it. But instead I'm going for the more aggressive plan. I'm not sure if I like that. But in game 1 my deck is pretty aggressive, and Tropical Twister is a control deck, so I guess I'm the aggressor in this game. I have 2 Sword to Plowshare. There's a Wheel of Fortune, and my opponent casts a Drop of Honey. Need drawing a card, so I at least get a 1 attack with my Serra. It dies in my opponent's upkeep. There's a Psionic Blast as well, and a Balance. A lot of good options here. So he's tapped out, so this might be a good place to get in 8 or 9 damage. Let's see if I'm pumping one of my factories. Doing some thinking. Okay, yeah, so I pump it, so that's 9 damage. And then my opponent has to be a bit careful about tapping out for drawing extra cards with the Gem Day Tome, since he is getting low on life. The Drop of Honey takes care of the Serra Angel. And I think we're discussing if I can activate a factory in response to the Drop of Honey trigger, but to my knowledge I can't activate a factory and then sacrifice a factory instead of the Serra Angel. If I'm wrong about that, you're welcome to tell me that in the comments below. My opponent thought I could do that, but I don't think so. Okay, and there's an Ice Storm on one of my factories. So that means he can't activate his Gem Day Tome this turn. Ooh, a Brain Geyser. Okay, so I'm attacking with both factories. I have 2 swords in my hand and 2 white mana. My opponent activates one of them, and before it goes to block, I want to sword it. So he's pumping, so he can make it a 3-3 or a 4-4 if we tap the other one. Yeah, so he's gaining 4 and I deal 4 damage. He took 1 damage. I'm not sure. there is a strip mine. So this of course is a bit of a factory battle, and now we both have 1. So that's not good for my aggressive plan. If Kasta is still in library. Ooh, another Serra Angel. And 5 mana. Oh yeah. Unleash her. Now my opponent can use the Sylvan Library to look at the top 3. If you want to draw an extra card, he can pay 4 life. There is an Air Elemental. Okay, I have some answers for that. I have a Sonic Blast, and I have another Sword to Plowshare. And there is a counter spell. So I think I'm ending up casting the Psionic Blast here, but I could also do the Sword to Plowshare and then hold up counter spell. So really going aggressive route here. Not sure I like that. But then again, I'm not playing at my best here. But my opponent is down to 7. And he just passed the turn. Okay, now I can keep up counter spell. And I attack with the Serra. Puts him down to 3. Tapping the book, drawing an extra card. Is there any answer to this 4/4 Angel? Will he tap the book again? Just out of desperation. Okay, tapping a lot of mana here. Ooh, Mahmoudi. Okay, I got the counter spell. And he passed the turn, and I attack for 4. Okay, so let's talk sideboarding. So I'm playing against Tropical Twister. That's a deck I know really well. So the burn spell isn't good. His creatures have a 4 toughness. But the Sword to Plowshare is great. And he has a lot of blue, so I'm putting in 2 Red Elemental Blast. And also, this is a control deck, and he has a lot of maces, so Armageddon here is great. So this is my sideboard plan. Let's go to game number 2. Game number 2. Let's draw 7 cards. Okay, I see a lot of mana. 1 Demonic Tutor and the rest is mana, and no black mana. There is a Fellow Stone, but my opponent doesn't play black, so I have to mill and just cut a bit ahead. Let's take a new hand. 7 cards. Is this one better? Oh yes. Tundra, City of Brass, Factory, Demonic Tutor, so I can cast Demonic Tutor into Ancestral, for example. I have a Chaos Orb, I have a Disenchant. This is a great hand. Ooh, Ancestral from my opponent. Okay, double blue. Okay, looks like he played the wrong land. A Tropical Island into a Soul Ring. So the Soul Ring is really good in the Tropical Twister deck. So that's why I'm going to disenchant it now, because I've played the deck and I know it's important. And he could have had 5 mana and played an air elemental the next turn, and I don't want that. So that's why I cast disenchant instead of demonic tutor. But now he's holding up a lot of blue mana, so I can't just cast my demonic tutor here. There is a chaos orb in my hand, so this is a bait spell. Will you use your counter on my chaos orb, sir? Doesn't look like that. So I just have to pass the turn. There's also a balance in my hand. Another island. Okay. Ooh, a Serra Angel. And I have 5 lands. So now if my demonic get countered, I can cast a Serra Angel next turn. I'm a bit afraid of having a drop of honey in his hand, so playing the Serra could be bad. So there's the Ancestral, and I forgot to pay 1 life for the City of Brass. Let's hope I noticed it. I hadn't played a land. There's the factory. And Ancestral Recall. And he doesn't have a counter spell. So that is great. Ooh, Strip Mine. There's a Mana Vault. And a Suchi. So I have a copy artifact in my hand. Looks like I'm going to try to take the Chaos Orb. And I miss on camera. Wow, I'm really off. So I have a copy. And it could be hard to just draw go to get in library range when my opponent has a Suchi in play. So I cast that Serra Angel. Okay, that's good. Taking 1 damage from the City of Brass. He attacks for 4, and I don't want to trade with my Serra Angel. And there's another Suchi. And a Mace. Okay, that Mace is really bad here. I still have my balance. I wonder how many cards he have. So casting a copy artifact, making a copy of a Suchi, but those Moxes don't tap for blue, so there's another mistake. I should have tapped a Tundra. Still have a balance. He just passed the turn, and I'm passing the turn. He untaps his Mana Vault, and just passed turn. Ooh, another Suchi. now I could go on the offensive. I like that. My opponent is holding up double blue. But let's see. He used the mace on my angel, and will he block? Yes, so we trade Suchis. And in second main, here comes a Suchi. And there's a mana drain. Okay, so that didn't go very well. So now he has 4 mana from that mana drain. Casting Amnesia. Wow, I love the tropical deck. Okay, he only tapped 2 blue, and Amnesia is 3, but I've done some mistakes as well. And it's ooh, I have Armageddon in my hand. That is interesting, but it's not a good spot to cast it yet. And there's another Suchi, so that makes it even harder. Will he attack? No. A copy. Oh, and I show him the Armageddon. Wow, I'm really off. But I make a copy of the Suchi with my copy artifact. And there's a crumble on my Suchi. Now, will he attack with both of his Suchis? Yes, he will. So I'm activating both of my factories and making a double block on one of them. And hopefully he doesn't have a crumble. He doesn't. And I did take 4 damage there. Please take 4 damage. Ah, that's so embarrassing. I didn't take 4 damage from that Suchi. And there's a sword on the Suchi, so we're gaining some life. Okay, and there's another Suchi. I need to have a creature advantage here before I cast Armageddon. So here, at least I take 4 damage, that's good. Casting a Fellow Stone. So I'm on 15, but I forgot 1 City of Brass activation. And I forgot 4 damage, so that's 5 damage, so I should be on 10. Of course, if I did correct my life total, I would perhaps play a bit different. But this is really bad. And here's the Armageddon. And there's a counter spell. And please take a damage from the City of Brass. What do you know? Still on 15. Okay, so I took 4 damage from the Suchi. So now I forgot about 7 damage. What a stupid way to cheat, to film yourself and post it on YouTube. But the first... Ooh, and there's a second Sarah Angel. But the first round was really frustrating. And I was a bit tilted, and I didn't have that good in the zone feeling this day, and I tapped the City of Brass again and forgot to take a damage. I normally play pretty tight when it comes to these things, but this is just embarrassing. So that's 4 damage. I have a sword in my hand. Okay, so I used the sword on the Suchi. For mana for our Gem Tome. Okay, did draw Soul Ring. Attack with both. He used the mace on one of them. Puts him down to 11. Tapping that book, drawing some cards. He needs some answers here. And that is a drop of honey. Okay, that could be a problem. And there's a perfect solution. Armageddon. Now I can attack him for 8 this turn, and 4 the turn after. And that's 12 damage, and he's on 11. So that's a good plan. Please stay away from that City of Brass. No, come on. Please take a damage. Oh, this is so bad. I shouldn't post this. It's bad for my image. As an YouTube influencer, I should think about my image here. So one Sarah Angel is gone. And I can attack next turn. And there's a desperation activation. Is there another answer? Only another drop of honey. Okay, and he passed the turn. And GG. So, yeah, I won 2-0. And that was terrible. Yeah, I don't know what to say. I talked about it earlier. Like some days you really feel like you're in the zone, and everything is firing on all cylinders, and sometimes everything is just hard and you mess things up. This is not the way I want to win. It is bad. But yeah, it's learning, it's content. So it's Brian, you're awesome, and I'm not going to use the word I was cheating, because I didn't do it on purpose. But yeah, I should play a lot better than this. This is just embarrassing. So yeah, but the series is living up to my expectations. This is a win, but it's a super bad win. So yeah, let's see. Let's see how the rest of this day goes, okay? So as always, if you like this video, please give it a like and subscribe if you haven't, and make a comment. Tell me all my mistakes, and yeah, I love to hear from you guys. So this is round 2. I'm a noob. This is Farmstead. Out.